Do you think this is going to advance creatives?
Spool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so. I think that more people are going to be able to make more content just in
Right.
general. Like just not having to deal with all of the like other little things that can kind of like come with it. I mean, um the more like walls are in the way, the less inclined people are going to be to experiment. It's
Absolutely.
going to be kind of like, I got this put together. I don't screw with it anymore.
But going back to, we've touched on this a lot, and this is, Spool resonates with me. It's why I love my job, because I love how Spool works, because this has been a resonating thing throughout our career, has been, how can I do this easier? Like, can't there just be, there'll never be an easy button, but I
Yeah.
want the creative process to be a little more in line with the way my brain works. When I think of Spool, the first thing I think about is all of those musicians who would come to us or
Oh
come to
yeah.
me and be like, I want to make a music video. And we were like, okay, well, here are our rates. And our rates are not low. So, I have $500. I have $1,000. You can now take that money, spend it on your music video, and just put it right in Spool and edit. Because aside from our curated content library, you can put your own footage into Spool as well, and that's also probably the most powerful
Oh,
aspect of Spool.
for sure. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking of all of the like countless messages I've gotten, like emails and personal messages through social media, which are just people like, hey, can you do this thing? I just want like a the Spotify cover, or I just want some sort of visual thing
right,
to go with my music, or hey, I want a whole music video. And I'm like, I'm about to just like break your heart because I just don't have time to work on little things like that unless
right,
you're like willing to like pay something that's probably way above and beyond what you need out of it.
right,
Like
exactly.
like you don't
Spot.
need you don't need me to work on this little thing for you. It's just too little. And having an app that where you can just kind of like, kind of plug and play almost. I mean,
Right.
that for a
Social.
lot of those people that I would imagine would like, and now I'll just send them a link to Spool and be like, don't bother me.
Please do that. Please do
Yeah.
that. And our social media person Kenzie always talks about Spotify canvases, and I think that's where she sees a lot of value. She is also a musician, and Spotify canvases are about to take over Spotify, and if you're not getting on that as a musician, I really would recommend checking that out. And Spool makes it easy. You have a landscape option, you even have a full screen option, so you can actually see what a canvas would look like in real time. You can turn any of your footage into landscape, because that's the direction that Spotify will be going with the canvases. But in terms of just anything in general, I myself plan on releasing some music soon, and I'm going to be making every song on the record a Spool video, which is just like awesome for me because I love the content that's in there and so on. I think the last thing is, do you have any advice for any aspiring creatives out there? Anybody who might be watching this and have made it
um
this far?
I think like really, I mean, at least for me, um if you don't really find yourself having enjoyment out of just the pure creative process, if you're not okay with like everything you've ever worked on never being seen by anybody, like if you just had fun doing it, like I don't know, I would maybe consider trying something else out of
Right.
being able to
So love
have it.
what you do.
Yeah, it's like the simplest advice. Just love what you do. If you don't enjoy the
Right.
the pure creative process, especially if what you're doing is like hard. Like I have no reason to have gotten this far in like 3D animation and digital animation like on my own without just purely enjoying it. Like
Mm-hmm.
borderline like financially like unsteady just to keep doing this one thing. So,
That's very inspiring,
oh my God.
honestly. And I'm sure so many musicians can relate to that. Like,
Yeah.
no matter what it is, what art you make, like you give up so much for it. And yeah, you must love what you do. Thank you so much, Keenan. I'm so excited. I know you got some new packs coming along the way.
Yep.
I'm really excited to see what those are like. Everything you've sent so far has been awesome. I'm sure that you're watching some of this footage through here, but check out Brooklyn Knights, Brooklyn Sights, Galactic Alloy, and
Dust.
Cosmic Dust, I think, was the other one.
Yeah.
Anything by Keenan Parry on the Spool app, check it out, put it in your stuff, make some music videos, tag us in it. You can also find his information through Spool, so tag him in it if you use any of his stuff. I'm sure he'd love to see what you guys are working on.
Yeah, I've been tagged by a lot of people and it's been really cool.
Dude, that's awesome. So
Yeah.
yeah, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.